Let's get more now on the news. The number of rapes and other sexual offences in England and Wales has reached its highest level in more than a decade. According to the Office for National Statistics, sex offences are up 41% this year. There was a 25% increase in violent crime reported to police. There were more than 5 million cases of fraud, which is a new addition to the survey. And cybercrime is also being measured for the first time, with 2.5 million incidents in the past year. So let's get some reaction to this now. I'm joined by Katie Russell, who's from the charity Rape Crisis. A very good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for talking to us. What do you make of these figures? The number of sexual offences recorded by police in England and Wales have increased by 41% this year. Are you shocked by those figures?
Well, they're certainly extremely striking figures, aren't they? They seem very high, but they are actually in keeping with the steadily rising increase that we've seen in the last 3 years in recording of sexual offences, reporting of sexual offences to the police. And they are actually paralleled by the unprecedented levels of demand that we're seeing for our specialist rape crisis services up and down the country.
Well, yes, and we were talking to a Home Office minister in the last hour, and he said that he didn't think that this meant that there were more rapes going on, more sexual violence. It was a case of people feeling more confident about coming forward and reporting them. Do you think that's right?
Absolutely, I would agree with that. We know that sexual offences are historically vastly underreported, and it's important to remember that, in fact, the vast majority of those who've experienced sexual abuse, rape, other sexual violence still choose not to report to the police. But we would agree that this increase, in light of that, is more than likely about a gradual increase in confidence in the criminal justice system, and also partly to do with improved recording practice on behalf of the police.
So do you feel that that confidence is well placed? Are people treated any differently now than in the past when they do come forward?
Well, we've seen huge efforts made by the police, the Crown Prosecution Service and others over recent years to improve the experience of those who report sexual offences and pursue criminal justice. The process still takes too long and criminal justice outcomes are still too low. So we clearly do have a long way to go. And as I say, the vast majority of those who experience sexual crimes still choose not to report to the police. So it's clear that confidence isn't as high as it might be. The vast majority of those survivors do still choose to access specialist services like those that Rape Crisis offer, specialist counselling, support and advocacy, and it is absolutely vital in light of the rising number of survivors that are coming forward to seek those services that the government commits to sustainable centralised funding for those services across the country.
OK, well, Katie Russell, thanks very much indeed for your thoughts this afternoon. We really appreciate it.